How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we're going to talk about Bernie Sanders running for president yet again in 2020. He is currently 77 years old. He'll be 78 in September. Next year in 2020, he'll be 79. Within his first year of office, if he were to be elected, which ain't going to happen, but if he was to be elected, he will be 80 years old in his first year of office. Now, to put it in a little bit of context, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who at this point may only be a hologram, is 85 years old. So you can't live forever, and he's a very old person. Now, in my opinion, he has zero chance of winning. He did not have a chance really last time, even though it was kind of close. When there was only three people in the race, really only two people, him and Hillary Clinton. You know, Martin O'Malley, bless his heart, had zero chance. I mean, this man was getting no interviews, no TV time, no nothing. He was just out there to make it appear like it wasn't just in the bag for Hillary Clinton and a little bit towards Bernie Sanders. Okay, so that's that. Now you have, I say, like 35, 40 people in the race. I mean, you got Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, Kirsten Gillibrand, Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, the list goes on. I can't even name them all. You got some big name people, some not so big name people. You got some billionaires like Howard Schultz, who Bernie Sanders hates, and some not so billionaires. And back to Howard Schultz. I saw an interview where Bernie was trying to like get on Howard Schultz. He's just kind of towing the Democrat line here. I'll talk about that in a moment. He's towing the Democratic line because all the Democrats are against Howard Schultz because he represents the spoiler. He is an independent person and will run as one. Bernie is also independent, but he'll run as a Democrat. You see the difference? Howard Schultz may come in there and take votes away from the Democrats. He may take a little bit from Trump, but not really because he's more of a leftist, but he's running as an independent. So they don't want him to play the spoiler. He's just doing what they want him to do. Which brings me to my next point about how people are saying how he's going to be different. He's going to break the mold because he wants free health care, free tuition, minimum wage being raised up, Green New Deal. Most of these things in reality are just basic Democrat talking points. He's just more of a radical in the sense of his delivery, but not really as far as what Democrats want. Okay. You don't have a lot of them talking about free healthcare. Well, they do talk about free healthcare. They talk about Medicare for all. It's the same thing, really. At the end of the day, it's just basically taxpayer-funded healthcare, single payer, communism, essentially. He is a socialist, but once you get into socialism, the way that you get it into effect and have it be lasting for a while is communism, in my opinion. But you might disagree. If you disagree with that, let me know in the comments below. Moving right along, he's going to basically do what the Democrats want him to do. So I don't see how anybody would see him as anything different than a Kamala Harris or a Cory Booker, Elizabeth Warren. It's all pretty much the same. I mean, he's an old white guy. He appears to be Santa Claus, a slim version of him. That might pretty much be it. And back to the whole white thing. Him being a white male, he has no chance. And the old white male, zero chance on the Democratic side because all throughout 2016's campaign, 2017, 2018, 2019, all we've heard is this anti-white male rhetoric coming from the left. Constant anti-white male rhetoric to the point where it's become a real problem. People's lives are in danger. So if that's been your whole platform over the past, I don't know, very long time, how are you going to put an old white man in office? It doesn't make any sense. Now, some may point to the whole Jewish thing, but that kind of gets canceled out because he's anti-Israel. Okay, so if you're not down with the team, you're not down with the team. Remember, in 2016, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who obviously is Jewish, worked against Bernie Sanders in favor of her friend Hillary Clinton. You know, some say that she had the money or whatever, but I mean, there's plenty of money if Bernie were to talk to those who had the money within his community of Jewish people. But I don't know if he did that or not. But being anti-Israel will most certainly remove you from any kind of privilege you may have, at least a little bit. So he was not protected in that situation. So he won't be able to claim that ethnic title here. He'll just be a basic old white man. And again, old white men have no real chance of being able to win on the Democratic side. They can win on the Republican side because we don't really care what your age, race, or whatever. It's all about, can you do the job? Are you going to be effective in there? On the left, it's more about identity. So he does not really fit that role. I said in my previous video about the presidents coming up that the people who had the best chance of winning in 2020, or at least competing against Trump and having it be kind of a close race, would be a team of Oprah as a president and Michelle Obama as a vice president. That is your best chance of being able to get anything accomplished on the left when you're talking about the presidential election. Nobody else can really do it. I mean, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, they got skeletons in their closet. They're not really all the way black. They're kind of unknown, really. Tulsi Gabbard and Kristen Gillibrand, all these people kind of unknown. Elizabeth Warren, white lady, fake Indian. It's just not, I don't really see a lot of star power. I don't really see a lot of excitement or engagement. Bernie may have the most name recognition of anybody that is announced they're going to run so far as I know. But he could not get past a primary in 2016, that cycle, when it was only really two people in the race. How is he going to do it right now as an old white man after years of this anti-white male rhetoric in a crowd that has like 35, 40 people in it that has still not even really all the way rounded itself out? So at the end of the day, Bernie has zero chance. The policies he wants to implement aren't really going to work. The higher minimum wage, free healthcare, free this, free that, just a bunch of taxes that people don't really want. Even some of the more moderate Democrats, the business Democrats who Howard Schultz take away. That's why Bernie Sanders and others are against him, because they know what they're talking about is not going to appeal to everybody. They want to be the only Democrat or person that leans left in the race. They don't want another left-leaning person that's running alongside them in the race, like concurrently. They don't want to have the primary won and then still be fighting against another person in the presidential election. They don't want that because they know that he would take away the business Democratic votes. They want to get all the Democratic votes. So if you're a business Democrat who does not like Trump, you'd be forced to vote for Bernie and not Howard Schultz, because you got to vote for Bernie. Or you would just stay home and not contribute to any other vote going elsewhere. So that's pretty much what they're banking on. And that is pretty much all I got to say about it. So what say you? Do you think that Bernie Sanders has a chance of becoming the next president in 2020? How do you feel about his age? 77 right now. If he were to be elected, he would be 80 years old within his first year of office. Does that impact your decision? Who should be the next president in your eyes? Obviously, if you ask me, it's going to be Donald Trump. Anybody else on the left who I think could win, like I said, Oprah and Michelle. Anybody else has zero chance. Oprah and Michelle still won't win, but at least it'd be a close race. Bernie will not get out of the primary. Mark my words. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.